Hey, good morning. It's Monday morning, March 19th. I'm Bob, Lucky Dog Productions, our morning coffee chat live. We've been having a few issues again. It's like, well, it takes a minute. So we're, no, we're live. Sue's kind of checking for me because been having a few little things. It's thundering. My dog's going to bark in the background because she doesn't like thunder. And so I hope she doesn't bark a lot through this whole thing because it's really dark out here right now and it's getting thundering in on it. So, hey, Google, good morning.
Hi, Lucky Dog. The time is 8:01 a.m. Right now in DeLand it's 66 and mostly cloudy. Today, there'll be thunderstorms with a forecasted high of 80 and a low of 67. By the way, you need to set out trash. Have a nice day.
She tells me everything to do. If I haven't set out the trash, I need to set out the trash. That's pretty cool. Hey, Google, tell me a joke.
What is a balloon's least favorite kind of music? Pop.
She's going to blow it up. That was a sound. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's a good thing we're getting a little rain. There's been some fires around the area. There's one pretty close to us, maybe a mile or so away. It's kind of a muck fire. It burns, they say, all the time, and sometimes in the dry season, it'll flare up and come to the surface there and make smoke and that. So I heard they had it like 50% contained. So storms are coming. We can use them because of the dry season. Bike week's over. Yesterday finished up bike week. It was kind of a cold. Hey, December, how you done this morning? Um, so yeah, it was kind of a cold week for bike week, but we got through it, and we didn't ride much. Just the one day we went to the DeLand rally, and that was probably one of the warmest days. Oh, your day off. Great. It's good to have days off. Nothing better than having a day off. We get a lot of days off now. Retirement's wonderful. I recommend retirement for everybody on it. Yeah, uh, so April, she says, we tried going live a while ago and it didn't work. Yeah, I know. I had some issues. I had the same thing yesterday, and it's because I've been playing around. And so anybody that was trying to go live a while ago and it didn't come up, sorry about that. I was just things messing. Hey, this is live, and sometimes it don't always go the way you want. So you about take your son to school, even though it's supposed to be a tornado watch. Well, tornadoes are scary. They're more scary than hurricanes. You know, they pop up, and uh, so you don't know what to expect. A hurricane, you prepare for it, and it's coming at you. So hurricanes can be pretty knowing what to do, but tornadoes can be dangerous. I got fumbled in what I say sometimes on it. So because I'm kind of watching things, I'm looking outdoors. It's pretty dark out on it. Well, hey, who's going to talk a little bit? In fact, I did the last time, but it didn't go out about how much it costs to live in an RV. Um, Sometimes the expense of it can be cheaper, and sometimes it can be higher. Uh, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on people who live in RVs, and they travel around. Some of them don't. But cost to live in an RV, for one, an RV takes gas, and whether you're pulling an RV, whether you're driving it, a motorhome, a Class C, Class B, or even just a van. Uh, it takes gas, so that varies depending on what unit you have and how much gas it takes, what kind of gas mileage it gets. And of course, the price of gas goes up and down. So that can be one of probably your major expenses. And of course, you have upkeep of anything you live in, a home, an RV, or anything else can take some upkeep there. So you have those expenses there too. But other things like food, matter where you live, what whatever you got to eat, and so it's going to take food anyways. But probably one of the other things is where you're going to stay at. So you have an RV and you have different choices. A lot of people, I watch a lot of people on YouTube things where they boondock, and a lot of times it costs them nothing, depending on where you're at. Walmart is one popular place that people out like to stop at, and most Walmarts they allow you to camp. There's a few that don't. From what I've heard, it depends on the manager, but they decide. But there's sometimes city ordinances don't allow you to stay there, so uh, Walmart's hit and miss, but a lot of them will let you stay there. I've heard Cracker Barrels are really good about it, and I've even known people who stay at Lowe's parking lots. Um, so a lot of those places you can stay at, and it costs you nothing. But sometimes you pull in these places in the middle of the night. You might get a rap at your door. It could be the security person, or it could be the manager going to say, "Hey, you got to move," and so you got to move in the middle of the night. There's areas out west. I don't know if there's any Bureau of Land Management. I don't know if there's any around this side. We're in Florida, but I don't think there is any around here. But there's those areas, and you can camp free, and I do believe there's some restrictions on those. Um, so that's another place that they can boondock at. I drive around areas here locally and see areas that I don't see no reason why someone can't boondock, but you just don't know if they're going to run you out or not. As long as you're not harming nothing, leave the place as clean or cleaner than when you stop there. Uh, I don't know why the issue is, but they do tend to make issues. They like to control that, but I'm a firm believer that if there's an empty spot, you should be able to park there and spend the night, as long as you're not harming nothing. Uh, sometimes you run a generator, depending on where you're at. If it's a place way out nowhere, it really doesn't hurt nothing. But just say, for instance, you decide you're going to park on a public street. You go down the street, find a place to park there. I don't think I'd run the generator if there's homes around, because you're going to disturb the neighbors and that. But just to park there, sleep the night, get up in the morning, head on your way, I don't believe would hurt nothing. But again, there's going to be a lot of regulations on that. So you can also stay campgrounds. There's some of the state parks and national parks can be a lot cheaper than others. I know the state parks here, if you're a senior citizen, they give you a 50% discount when you park there at their campgrounds, and which is kind of nice. So that's one of the costs of living, in an RV. There's another way. I know Sue's brother lives, and he has two campers. He has one up north and one here in Florida, and he spends about 6 months in each of them. But now he pays a campground for each of those. Then you pay it year round. You have, I guess, it's a yearly fee to leave it set there. Whether you're staying in it or not, you still got to let it set there. You don't have to, but it's the easiest way. You're set in there, so that's another way, and that can have a cost. I've seen some videos where different ones have lived in cars, and that'd be different. And I think I've talked about the Prius before. The Prius, from what I understand, it has electric. It runs partially on gas and electric, and I guess you can run the heater and AC in a Prius with the motor off. And what I heard, when the battery gets low enough and it needs more juice, it automatically starts up and charges the battery again, and that will keep it going so you can stay comfortable at night. Now, living in a car you're not going to have a lot of space in that car. Plus, I guess you could fix up things to keep a little fridge going to store food and stuff. There's some 12-volt refrigerators out there. There's some, you can use a cooler and ice, to keep things cool. But, this is just some of, that's maybe we should get a Prius to go camping, Sue said. Doesn't sound like they'd be very comfortable. So there is different costs about living in an RV and what it costs to do it, whether it's economical for you or not. It just depends on how you go about it. A lot of great YouTube videos out there. Check them out. Hey, leave some comments. I said sometimes I'm noticed I get occasionally have a trouble with my comment page. If you ever go in there and want to leave a comment and the comment's not working for any reason, look in the description down below. I have an email. It's the number one lucky dog productions at gmail.com. So you can always leave me a comment there. And so I like getting comments and join in the conversation or any other thing you want to talk about. Go ahead and just leave a comment. We'll talk about it again tomorrow. If you're not watching it live, this will stream later on. I had that trouble earlier. I tried to post one and some reason it didn't stream, and I'll make sure this one does. So yeah, you can leave comments later on. Another thing I was thinking about today, how things have changed since you was a kid. It depends on how old you are. You know, if you're 10 years old, things have changed some in 10 years, but I'm 65. Things have changed a lot in the last 65 years. You know, I remember the later 50s. I was too young, the early 50s. Technology, just what I'm doing right here. The technology is changing. I couldn't have done this back in the 50s. There was no such thing as the internet back then. We didn't have cell phones. We had 3 channels on the television set. Up in Ohio, we had 3, 5, and 8. And so that's changed a lot since I was a kid. So you know, it's interesting. I think the values was better back then. People were more courtesy back then. Things were a little cleaner. There wasn't you know, the vulgar stuff on TV like there is now, and that. So it has changed a lot since been back in the 50s. Yeah, you had antennas with rabbit ears. That's how you picked it up. We still use an antenna because it's cheaper. But now we have digital. We can get 50, 60 channels off the air. And back then, if you remember, when you turned on the television, sometimes the picture would be snowy. And with digital now, it's kind of either hit or miss. Either you have it or not. It goes clear out. So, but when you get it, it's crystal clear pictures. It's not like the old days, you know, when it was snowy and that. Yeah, rotary phones used to dial your number instead of push the buttons. And even now, the phones remember everything for you and just hit one button, and bam, you got the person you talk to. In fact, you don't even remember numbers anymore.
You telephone to call somebody.
Yeah, you telephone to call somebody, and so things have changed a lot, you know, over in the last 50 or 65 years since I've been around, you know. Hey, let's go for Google. Hey, Google, tell us a joke.
Why was the student's report card wet? It was below sea level.
Oh, below sea level. Wow. Most of my report cards were below sea level. You know, some of them was even below sea level. Actually, I say that when I pull out my own, the last year or so I went to school, I got A's and B's, you know, so I really didn't do that bad. I hated school, though. School was just nothing I liked. Hey, Google, tell us something interesting.
Never try to annoy someone with bird puns, because two can play at that game.
A toucan. Yeah, a toucan bird. They're kind of like, I had a minor bird once. They're in the family of the toucan bird, and it would talk. It was fun. I would say all kinds of stupid things, and they'll teach whatever. A minor bird will pick up about anything. So you got to be careful what you tell a minor bird. You know. Well, anyways, let's have her tell us one more interesting thing. Hey, Google, tell me something interesting.
According to Wikipedia, evidence suggests that plants have existed on dry land for at least 450 million years. The earliest signs are fossilized spores from the Ordovician period.
Oh, that was kind of interesting.
We can't even get underwater.
And we can't even get it. Everything's dead right now because it's so dry and now. All right. Again, if you're not subscribed to my my page, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Costs you absolutely nothing, and you can join in all my videos. We're keep working on trying to build our channel up, and it's a long process. YouTube channel to get anywhere and get a lot. It's just like dragging your feet, but I keep going at it. I try to put interesting things up. Probably not everything is interesting, but helpful things. That's my goal. And be honest, the main reason I do it is because I kind of enjoy doing it. It's I like been taking pictures, and it's fun to take pictures, and it's fun when people come on and chat with me. And so again, if you're not here live, you can always leave it in the comment section below. Leave a comment, something you might want to talk about, something you'd be interested about. We can talk about anything. I put no limits on the channel, so I don't say, well, we can't talk about that. We can, we just keep it friendly and fun. So that's what it's all about. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. And again, at any time you come on here, and if some reason the comment section is not working, I know I've had issues with that. I try to keep on it, but always leave an email. It's listed in the description section, but it's luckydogproductions@gmail.com. And so you can always leave an email, any comments, questions, things you want to talk about, and we'll get to them the next day. So everybody have a good Monday, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.